good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel, Living La Dolce Vita. You're all very welcome, and as always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's all free, no coffee needed. Anyway, what's the plan for today? It's quite windy today, so I'm hoping I'm in as much shelter as I possibly can to cut down the wind noise. But anyway, so the plan is to put my shallots and onion sets in today in this sort of area here. Should be 2 beds more or less ready. I'll fit it in some shape or form, and then we'll go from there. I think that'll be enough for today by the time I set out lines and stuff. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure out the path between my garlic and the next bed, and then put my lines out, and then we'll go from there. Bye for now. Okay everybody, welcome back. Hope you can hear me okay about the wind. So I had a little bit of, I prepped the bed. Now, gone through it with my wolf tool, this thing here, walked on it, and then gone through it again to try and get a nice tilt on it, so I can push the onion sets down into. I had a little bit of blood fish and bone left over, excuse my sniffing, so I just put it up to here now. I don't know if you've never seen it, that's what it looks like. Mixture of sand and goodness knows what else. So I'm just going to rake that little section in. Oh, work it in rather, not rake it in. I mean, to be honest, it'll the rain will wash it down eventually anyway. Right, there we are. If I wanted a even finer soil, I could walk on it again and do it again. So something like this, if I was to alter it all, as you can see. It's quite tricky one-handed. There we are, that should do it. Right. I have no idea how many onion sets I've got, so what I'm gonna do, let me have a think. Let's have a look. How many rows am I gonna do? Right, I've got to come in a bit from there. Let's have a look. Let's see, one in the middle, one either side. Yeah, that should be goodness. Right, I'm leaving a biggish gap here because I'm going to put a net over this row to stop the birds pulling them out. So I'll need somewhere to put the brick on the end of the row. I can't put it on the path because people are walking up and down it, unfortunately. So that should be close enough. Yeah, I think that'll do. And then I shall a pretty good guess, isn't it? There we are. Right, something like that. If I can find another line, I might put another line bang in the middle. So it'll give me an idea where the middle is, and I can work out from that. Now then, and I've got reds as well to go in. I'm not sure. What I may do, I'll count them out now and work out roughly where they're going to come to. I want to try and get everything in one bed if possible, because I'm running out of space for everything else. And what I may do is put one in the middle like that. I know it's close, but hopefully that will, when that gets to a reasonable size, I can use those and leave these to carry on growing. Because I don't need massive onions, only the size of a maximum size of a tennis ball. Yeah, I think I may do that. Try and cut down on the space. Right, let's see if I can find another string. I'll be back to you shortly. Bye for now. Okay, welcome back. So I don't know if you can see. Anyway, I don't know what the distance is. It's roughly a span from my thumb to my little finger. I've only placed them in a rough spacing at the moment, because just to gauge how many I need in this one particular bed. So I've got 36 in a row, and it's 3 rows. So if my maths is correct, that should be 108 onion sets. There's an odd one left over, so that makes it 109. So that should be. So I'm working on the principle of 2 onions a week. Now that may not seem a lot to some people, but obviously I don't eat onions every single day. And plus I've got red onions to go in. So I'm thinking, trying to work out the best strategy. Yes, I could bring them in and closer and put one in the middles. But then what that means is it makes it difficult for weeding later on. And me, I'll have to have a little think. Yeah, I mean at the end of the day I can always plant lettuce in between the rows, something like that. Right, let's get, so as I say, all I'm going to do is push me like that. Make sure I got the root end down. Give a bit of space on the outside. Sorry, I don't know if you're gonna. There we are. I'm not going to show you planting every single one. May put it on time lapse for you. So I'm going to switch off for a minute, because I'm going to have a little think about this to see. I need to count up my red onions, see how many I've got, whether to bring these down, and as I say, plant one in the middle there, and then as they grow, once these get to a certain size, I can start using them. I mean, the ground is pretty weed free anyway, so it may not be an issue. Yeah. We'll see. Alright, let me just count up my red onions and go from there. So hopefully then once I made the decision, I'll put on time lapse. Okay, bye for now. Okay, so hopefully this other bit of time lapse will come out. So so what I used, I measured this plastic marker. That's more or less the span of my fingers, as I say. Don't know what that is in centimeters or inches. It's just an arbitrary distance, bearing in mind that obviously as they grow, so if you can, where can I show you? So as you can imagine, there. So if it grows out to about there on that one, if I'm lucky, that they'll grow to that sort of size there, and the same here. So that only leaves you an inch, maybe 2 inches at the most, of space by the time they grow up and swell out, etc. So it may look a bit far apart, but as I say, you've got to take into account the amount of nutrients available, because if they're too close together, they'll be fighting each other for the nutrients, and of course the further apart, in theory, the bigger the bulbs. So yes. So as I was going and measuring this, of course, with this, and I was gaining ground, so I can only go so far, because obviously there's a walkway at the top end. So the spare ones I've put, in the middle, like a number 5 on the dice. It's just one in the middle there, yeah, and I've done a few up here. So we'll see if that would tell me if they come out alright. Right, so obviously I'm gonna have to do another bed now for my red onions, which I haven't got as many. I think I've got about, how many red onions have I got? About 109 of those white onions, and I think I've got how many? 70 odd, I think, of red onions, which would be plenty. And then the rest of the space I'll fill up with my shallots, or down here, whichever way I decide to do it. Right, but I'm not going to film that for you. It's just basically the same as that. Right, so I'm going to sign off for now, and hopefully I can get this done, and then today, that is, and show you the finished product. And then obviously got to get nets to go over. I'm just debating whether one net will cover the 2 beds. It may do. It's only until they establish themselves and rooted. Once they're well rooted, I can take the nets off to the birds. Won't pull them out then, hopefully. Right, so I can sign off for now and see you shortly. Bye for now. Okay everybody, and welcome back. So it's been a couple of days since I planted my onion sets, so I'm hoping that the continuity of the filming will be okay. Time will tell when I get to edit. Anyway, so obviously I've netted them over now. Stop the birds digging them out, stuff like that. Apologies for the wind, it's quite windy today, but it's a really hot day though. I'm amazed. Anyway, so I got one bed here of white Sturon onion sets, and 2/3 of red onions, approximately 2/3, and then the other third is shallots. Yeah, that's right. So we'll see how that comes. Right, so that's up to date on this particular job. So what am I going to be doing next? Goodness knows. My broad beans are coming through eventually. I'm not sure why these are slightly behind these, because I wouldn't have thought that bit of straw material would have, well, surely would have helped them being insulated. Anyway, the asparagus is starting to come through now, so it won't be long before I'll be picking. Yes, it's all little fiddly jobs now. So I planted some parsnip seed in here, so I'm not sure. Hopefully they'll come. Carrots are growing in there, hopefully. Gotta watch they don't dry out now, that's the thing. Right, so that'll do for now, and I'll see you in the next film. Bye for now.